All right, hey gang, Nate Bear here, lead technical tactician for Monument Traders Alliance and trade of the day. And in today's video, I want to go over the indexes. I've got a fresh trade that I am not yet in, but which I am looking to enter this week. And then I've got a few questions that you guys have submitted, which I want to cover at the end of the video. All right, so before we do anything else, let's take a quick look at the indexes. And the biggest thing I want to point out is the structure. What we've been talking about, I want to follow up with this just kind of one more time. This structure, right? That we were in this down channel and through August. We talked about it needing to break higher, hold on a pullback, and then make a higher high. We've done that. Game on, right? I think maybe September we get some of this kind of action, and then October, November, and December, sort of at Santa Claus rally, we're looking to head higher into the end of the year. September is historically not a great month, not a terrible month. August is historically worse, but I do think that I think that the lows are in. All right, if we take a look at the Qs, it's the same sort of thing. So I've still got some drawings here. You can see this down channel where we chopped around in August. We broke higher. We came back. We tested it. We held on a pullback, and now we've made a higher high. So here we have a low and a high, a higher low, and now a higher high. So this series of lower highs and lower lows in through August has now been broken, and the reverse has occurred. We've got higher highs and higher lows. So I'm looking for this to, again, are we going to go straight up and go make new highs and take out the late July highs, this week? Probably not this week. Anything can happen. But if we take a little bit of a zoom out, which is kind of crazy to me, the all-time high right here in the NASDAQ is coming up. It's not that far away. 25 points, 30, 20, 28 points, something like that. That's one good month. So we can kind of go like this in September. Maybe we create a sort of cup and handle here in the month of September, get a nice daily squeeze, and then we, boom, fresh all-time highs going into the end of the year. That's very real possibility. So that's where I'm at with the indexes. I am a buyer of dips until we close back below the daily 21 EMA. If and when that happens, I will reconsider my long bias. But until that happens, I am a buyer on dips, period. All right, now the ticker that I want to look at is FAST. This is one that I'm not yet in, but which I am looking to get into this week. So in FAST, we have a really, really nice looking chart. And just looking at the weekly here, clearly this is trending higher, right? Bottom left to upper right. Clearly, this is a strong stock. Clearly, this is trending higher. If we look at this on the daily, we've got this really nice big cup and handle pattern with a nice big daily squeeze over here. So we've got a great pattern. We've got a strong trend. We've got a squeeze. This is a classic TPS setup, right? Trend, pattern, squeeze. And if we take a little bit closer look here, actually what I want to do first is I want to go over here. I want to mark the all-time high, which is right up in through here. So we have that on the chart at around 62. So this is the all-time high right here. And then what we want to do is we want to look at this pattern and see where it makes sense to get involved with FAST for the idea that could we move up and into this all-time high. So for me, we hit that price on Friday, and I pointed that out to DPL members and said, hey, gang, I'm not going to buy because it was maybe 345, 350 on Friday afternoon. But we hit the perfect entry Friday afternoon right here off of this yellow line, which is the 55 EMA. Note how we come in and we hold, we come in and we hold, we come in and we hold, we come in and we hold. Hopefully Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll get another opportunity to pick that up. It's not that far away, but the 55 EMA was like $56.85 or so. We bounced 30 cents into the close, no big deal. But again, the idea is to accumulate a position in FAST off of this 55 EMA in through here, and then look for this squeeze to fire higher into the earnings date, which is October the 12th. So can we get a move higher into earnings based out of this trend, pattern, and squeeze? And so if I go over and I look at the options here, again, the earnings were August 12th, right? Which works out perfect because the October series includes that earnings date. So we've got a built-in catalyst. Can I go out and FAST is not a very high beta stock. It doesn't move around a lot. You can see it's got a beta below 1, which means if the S&P is up 5 1% on the day. Well, that's a pretty big percentage. If the S&Ps are up 1%, we would expect FAST to be up a little less than 1%, right? It's got a beta of a little less than 1. So on a percentage basis, it moves just a little bit less than the S&Ps do typically. However, we've got that big squeeze, which tells us that FAST is probably ready for a greater than expected move. So again, looking at these options, I don't necessarily want to go and do out of the money calls because again, FAST doesn't move that much. But considering that FAST is trading around 57.28, 57 or so is where I kind of want to pick this thing up. Getting these in the money calls, the 55s, make a lot of sense. So for me, I'm going to be buying the $55 calls for the October monthly series in FAST when price is around the 55 EMA or around $57. All right. So that's what I've got for this week. That's the name I'm looking to pick up. Not a incredibly exciting or volatile name like Nvidia or Tesla or one of these other, high flying, fast moving names, but something just maybe a little bit easier to hold, a little bit calmer. And that sounds good to me after August, right?